Imagine being laughed at every single day, not because of what you did, but because of the way you spoke. That was Raheem's reality when he came to America. They mocked his accent, called him uneducated, and told him he'd never make it. But years later, those same people were lining up, desperate to work for him. This is how the underdog turned his pain into power. Raheem arrived in the United States at 19. He left his small hometown with nothing but one suitcase, a few $100s, and a dream of building a better life. The moment he opened his mouth, though, the world judged him. His accent was thick, his English broken, and for many of his coworkers, he was just the immigrant kid who didn't belong. At his first job in a gas station, people mocked him openly. They'd imitate his voice, laugh when he mispronounced words, and sometimes even tell customers, "Don't bother asking him, he won't understand you." Raheem never fought back. He just smiled politely and kept going. But inside, he made a silent promise. One day, I'll prove them wrong. Every day was a battle. He worked 12-hour shifts at the gas station, then rushed off to night school to learn English. He barely slept, ate cheap instant noodles, and spent hours practicing pronunciation in front of the mirror. Still, the ridicule continued. At times, Raheem felt like quitting. He questioned if leaving home was a mistake. But then he remembered why he came, to build a life where he wouldn't just survive, but thrive. So instead of fighting back with words, Raheem fought back with action. He studied business books, learned about entrepreneurship, and started saving every dollar he could. While his coworkers spent weekends partying, Raheem delivered packages, fixed cars, and took odd jobs to grow his savings. The same people who mocked his funny accent had no idea he was building a foundation for something bigger. After years of sacrifice, Raheem finally had enough savings to buy a beat-up truck. With that, he started his own small delivery service. At first, it was just him working long hours making deliveries across town. But his reputation grew quickly. He was reliable, honest, and hardworking. Word spread, and soon, Raheem's little delivery business turned into a full-fledged company. He hired drivers, bought more trucks, and began signing contracts with major suppliers. And then the full-circle moment arrived. Raheem was reviewing job applications for new hires and recognized a few names. They were his old co-workers, the same people who had laughed at him, the same ones who told him he'd never succeed. Raheem didn't laugh at them. He didn't remind them of the cruel words they once said. He simply hired them, because to him, success wasn't about revenge. It was about proving to himself that he could. Today, Raheem runs a thriving company, respected by the same people who once ridiculed him. His accent never disappeared. He never tried to erase it. Instead, he wore it proudly, as a symbol of how far he had come. Raheem's story reminds us that sometimes, the best response to doubt and mockery is silent persistence. You don't need to fight every insult. Sometimes, the greatest comeback is success itself. So if you've ever been underestimated, looked down on, or told you'd never make it, remember Raheem. Let your success be your answer. If this story inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs motivation today. And let me know in the comments. Have you ever been underestimated but proved people wrong?